come pick up them when they're done, please? Just come. The house is always open.
Danny, let's go to her house tonight.
Well, I'll pick them
I
up.
would love that. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
That's
I'm really
all
not
we need.
kidding. We should have had that.
Everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi.
How are you, Loretta?
I'm here to taste the delicious latkes.
I know. I'm getting an Uber. That's Josh.
Good.
Josh is starting to drink. So if if you're just gonna be like PG and you're not drinking, then forget it. But if you are drinking, every time you say the word latke, you have to take a sip.
Oh, great.
That's the drinking game for today.
Okay.
Josh said me too, but I can't handle alcohol. I'm like since this baby, she really I can't drink anymore. I drank one night on one of the holidays and I got so sick I'm done with alcohol, but I'll watch. You want to? Okay, so this is my sous chef. Come here.
Okay, Aviela.
This is my sous chef and she is going to, with her hand grater, and if you're doing it with a Cuisinart, which is amazing, you can either peel it if you want, or you can just do it how I'm doing it. Full on, hand grated. We're just going.
Skin and everything.
I can give you your own. You want your own? No, where's the gloves? So anyways, I wish that I was doing this and at either you guys were here so you could just taste it.
Like the day that we had the cookies, remember?
Yeah.
What?
I think
I'm gonna
have delivery
I'm
after
making
this.
Josh. Okay, how many people are on right now? I'm making Josh. Josh is gonna do a drop off tomorrow or Thursday on his day off. Oh, he'll leave it at Shul, and you guys can come get it from Shul.
We would like to have them in our house tonight, Josh, please, while they're still home.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bonnie.
Bonnie, you and I both together.
Bonnie, did you hear the game?
I won the game. I'm waiting for my $50.
They're on their way.
Tried to steal it from me, but
Bonnie, I want a recount of the votes.
listen, I'm waiting for my $50. It was, and then Steve came home, so we lost for the second game.
Ay.
Trying to take over,
Okay.
you know.
All right, Bonnie, did you hear the drinking game for tonight?
Danny she can do it. Bonnie
I'm
can do
already
it.
drinking.
Oh,
Bonnie, the drinking game is that whenever you say latke, so you hear the word latke, you have to have a shot.
Okay.
Oh my God. We'll be
Let me
drunk.
check my door if Josh brought me my tequila. Oh, good thing I still have some left over from the last time you gave it to me.
Well, that is, I can't drink again. I drank too much Azul, my first comeback after the baby and nursing and whatever. We went out just to a backyard of a friend's house and they had just us and whatever, we got drinks, and I cannot drink any alcohol anymore. I ruined myself. But Josh is gonna drink. Yeah.
Often Steve does that. He drinks for two.
So I see you very busy. Can you explain to me what you are doing?
You don't peel the potatoes.
You don't.
Okay, so
which side?
we have many options here. I want you guys, we are so blessed to be here and so blessed to have you guys. I want you guys to do what you feel comfortable doing. For me, I love to just take my hand grater, not peeled, and I take the potato. These potatoes are good, they're fine, and I order my Instacart, so I don't really pick them, but if you have the big ones, the big brown ones, and you just grate it down. And then if you're not doing the potato one, or if you want to do both, we could do both. But this is basically how the potato gets grated. And you do the same thing, but with zucchini and squash. You could do the same thing. If you don't have any gluten and you don't eat potatoes, I did it today and it came out amazing, just with zucchini and squash.
Okay.
So it's really good. So we grate it.
And you can grate the, can you grate the zucchini, the squash as well?
Just like that. So
Oh, you grate the zucchini and the squash, yeah.
look, this is what I did. Zucchini and squash.
Oh, you didn't peel it either?
No.
Well, the good stuff is in the skin.
On what part? On the
Potatoes,
part of the grater, in the bigger part of the grater?
I'm on the, the
On
medium,
the
not the
big one.
tiny, not the tiny side,
The
but
big-
this side. Like Aviela's doing it in this side.
Okay. Okay.
It's like a bigger side. I
Okay.
like the bigger side, but if you have a Cuisinart, that's a much easier option. You just take that Cuisinart and you cut it enough that it does it, and it does this on its own.
Okay.
It like shreds it. You can make
Right.
anything out of this. You could do pasta, you could do
Cake.
salads, but you just have it grated, and we grate the zucchini, and we grate the potatoes. It's all needs to- And we're grating our potatoes, which are right here, grated. Okay, so we have our zucchini here, and we have our potatoes all grated up here.
Okay.
And now we can take scallions. You could take like these scallions, and if you're not using scallions, you don't like those onions, any onions that we're gonna do, and we're gonna cut up the onion. So I peeled, you cut down each end. So you take the red onion, which I love baking, I love cooking with these red onions. You cut down the front, one side, and then you cut down the other side of the onion. And then in the same potato or squash that you're using, you take this and we wash it. Get rid of all of the other stuff, just so it doesn't squish together. And you take the onion. I
And you
start with
grate
my
it
red,
out.
my favorite. And you can take your scallions, you cut the scallions very, very small. So you take these and you take it and you cut off the ends, and then you chop it. So this is what it looks like chopped. This is what it looks like chopped up.
Okay.
You chop up the scallions, and then we put it inside the same mixture. Or you know what? I would see this side. I'm sorry, with the potatoes. Then onion, and you could do it in here, and we do it. Grate the onion. Grating the onion. Grate. And so we have our scallions, our onions, our potatoes are all ready for us. If you're doing just zucchini, you're fine, leave it over there. And I didn't write this on the thing because I didn't want it to be complicated, but I grow some, like, I don't have it grown, but I have it here. This is, we have cilantro, we have parsley, cilantro, and what's it called? And Italian herb, what is that called? Italian parsley. Okay, so we have those three in there, and I like to mine, especially in the zucchini and the squash one, I just picked a little bit off of each one, and I picked a little bit, and then once I had a little bit of each one, just enough depending on taste, I love cilantro, and then I washed it, and then I, again, put it on my cutting board and chopped it very, very small. The cilantro, these gloves are not good. The cilantro. So then I keep cutting, and I make it really, really small. Really, really small. And then, it's okay, that can go in the garbage. So Ella's over here, she's making also an amazing latke. These latkes are amazing. I forgot about our little thing. And you could put the cilantro and everything in the same mixture with the potatoes. And, okay, so once you're here, see that's Ella's.
Beautiful.
That's Aviella's.
Beautiful.
Good job, Ariella.
Okay, so then about this time in the game, I would probably start to turn on the heat of the pot. So go to your pot and turn on that heat. And let it the pot start to get warm before you even put in the oil. Don't even put in the oil yet. Okay, so we're doing our potatoes with the extra seasonings, and you can take any seasonings that you like. And we're grating the onions. Ella, you want to do an onion here?
Yeah.
So Ella's
Can I
gonna
put it in this one?
yeah, same pot. So you could definitely, what I've learned throughout this week is that if you are doing the zucchini squash, this mixture, I would not pre-stir fry this mixture, the mixture of the onions and the cilantro and the garlic. So then I had pre-chopped, I have this amazing thing. It's this garlic chopper. And I took the garlic and you put the garlic right in here. You see how easy? And then chop. That's it. Chop. And the garlic's finished. So I take the garlic once it's chopped and put it with the mixture of the onions and all my fresh herbs, and I put it all in this mixture. So this is the mixture of the onion, one onion so far. We still have, I like to use 2 different kinds of onions. I then use a regular yellow onion or some kind of sweet, like different kind of onion that's yellow or white. And then I cut off the sides, peel it open. I peel it like this. And the same, I know, Ella's crying already. We're not supposed to cry on Hanukkah, but these latkes are definitely gonna taste good. And then we open up our onion and we're gonna wash it here. And I want you guys to know I have these beautiful candles lit right here that came from Rabbi Perlson and Judy for my Hanukkah present. So I wanted to light it there. Say thank you to them. And so we have this and we have our onion, okay, another onion. So if you're doing the potato ones, we want to keep all the onions separate. If we're doing the plain old potato shredded, you want to keep as much as you can. You could put the fresh herbs in here, but you really want to keep it as much as you can separate because you want to then do this first and then add it to the potato mixture. But with this, the zucchini and the squash, if you're just doing them a gluten-free with the almond flour, you do not want to pre-cook this because it gets too mushy. We want to keep this is already mushy. So we want to keep this all together in one mixture. Okay. So then we have our onion. Okay, good. Okay, my sister might come on and she's a much better chef than I, so she'll tell us the real truth about this. Okay, so if you're just doing zucchini, you're gonna keep everything separate. If you're doing the potato, you can definitely keep it separate. If you're doing the zucchini, you wanna put it all together. And if you're doing both, pull a couple. Okay, so then we are getting our onions separate because we're gonna start with our potato ones. Because I made zucchini ones earlier. Tried to make a gluten-free zucchini one, and the kids liked it, but not loved it. So they want the traditional. We're gonna do our traditional potatoes, which is gonna be really good because we're gonna use some cake meal. And about this time, I would probably put the oil in the pot. And I have another sous chef over there. So you see that oil? You could probably put it in there. Maybe actually not. Keep it off. It's probably too soon actually. Give me a few more minutes. Ella's crying with the onions. Okay. So now we're here. Does anybody have any questions, comments?
I have a question about the zucchini. You don't need to, the zucchini doesn't need to be, like the moisture taken out of the zucchini mix?
It does. They all do. Everything does. We are getting there. So
Okay.
first, the zucchini and the potatoes do. That's why we do this separate. And then while I also figured out a little trick. I took this pot, which has holes in it, and I put it in a bowl. So I have this pot with holes in a bowl. So I put here, you could take your when we have the mixture done, where we take a little bit of zucchinis, 2 different kinds of zucchinis. And you can also, if you want, you can also add potato and zucchini. Have both in your little bowl that drains it. So we go like this, and we kind of get as much of the water out. This zucchini I had drained earlier, so it's a little less than it would be. And then, there goes the shot glass. And then you take, not this one, sorry. And then you take your towel, and you take your zucchini or the potatoes and zucchini, and you go like this on the towel. And then you take it like this and like this. And I learned something really cool that somebody told me. You squeeze it out, right? You squeeze it out and you get all the liquid out. And then in some things, mostly the potatoes, and if this zucchini wasn't out all day, it'd make a lot of water. Yeah, you have to do this like this. If it makes a lot of water, you take all that water. You take all that water and you can make a soup with it, or you can cook something with it. Like if you do a stir fry, you could do something with that liquid. It's like healthy and good for you.
I put it in a
Okay.
ball.
What?
Put it in a ball.
Okay. No, but you're not there. We're not there yet. Okay. And then you take this.
No, but what do I do with this now?
And we dump it into here. So now you can either do the towel, the strainer, and then you have this. Okay, let's go back to our onions, garlic, red onion, white onion, garlic, cilantro, all of this. And when I made them the first time at my house, the spices that I said, like salt, pepper, for sure. And then while I was doing that, I kind of figured out. So I put it on both. I put it on here, which is my shredded, whatever it is, zucchini, potato.
You just put that this?
Yeah, so you can add it.
How much?
Salt and
How
pepper,
much?
as much as desired. Oh, you're supposed to do as much as desired, right? But they say a teaspoon, tablespoon. I've played with it.
Like this?
But for tonight, normally I just eye everything. That's why I think it's funny that I'm the one doing this show. But these I've never used. You see these?
Dreidels.
Dreidel measuring spoons. So because of that, Ella, we are going to measure. Okay, let me wash these in a second. Okay, I'm washing the Dreidel spoons. So Aviella can make her. So do you like it salty, peppery? Depending on that,
We can do.
so you put it on. Hold on. Which one do you want? This one?
No.
This one, small one. Okay, so she's gonna take the pepper, put it in her spoon. She did a half a teaspoon, and then she wants salt. She has just like one potato. So really what you need based on your recipe, if it's the recipe that I gave, use that as what really works. But for tonight's purposes, we're just doing less because she didn't do her full 3
I added
potatoes.
more pepper. Should I
So
add
did
more
salt
salt?
and pepper. Yeah.
Mommy, I want to help you.
Then
I do.
on my own, if you haven't gotten this stuff yet, you want to add what I added. This, everything but the bagel,
Oh, it's
was
great.
really good, especially
I love that.
when I made it with just the zucchini and the squash, because it gave it that extra kick to the veggies. So I added that to my zucchini and squash. And then I also did a little bit of like the standard consomme, like the full seasoning, just to give it a little extra. Yeah. So Aviella's gonna add hers to hers.
I use this for a lot of stuff.
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Anything to make these latkes? These latkes are amazing. Loving these latkes. Who's coming to pick up some tonight or tomorrow? Okay, so we have the seasoning. Yeah, perfect. We have the seasonings. We have the seasonings, we have everything there. Yeah, add spices. And then I put the seasonings on both things. You don't have to make it this complicated. You can put everything in one bowl and just do it. Got excited that I was hosting this cooking show, so I'm making it as complicated as possible. And then here, you could see here how much liquid the onions make. So if you add it, Aviella did not drain her, show them. Aviella did not drain hers with a towel like I did. So hers is very liquidy in there and she's going to have to drain it for sure. Okay, so if you're still at the draining stage, remember you take your towel. You take your towel, don't pour the liquid because we're trying to drain it. So you take your towel.
I have stuff on my hands.
You can wash it in the sink, baby. And then you take that, you squeeze out as much as you can. And if you're doing, you could take that liquid that's there. This is just for a few potatoes. That was not really, it was just a little liquid. She only did one potato, so I'll show you in mine more. And you take hers, and she's gonna squeeze hers out. Okay, so that's where she is right now in hers. And my potatoes. And I'm going to this mixture that is the zucchini.
Hello.
I'm going to add a scoop of my onions. And this is the one that we're not supposed to pre-fry because it's zucchini and squash the onions because it will get too sticky. That I'm just kind of taking that and getting it there. Yeah, now you need to watch the other roll and do it. Okay, so then I have this going. I need Josh, you to hold the iPad while we this did not make any juice because I had it out.
I'm the Rebbitz's assistant.
You're the taster. He's going to taste it. To see if
Most
Okay.
important, that's the most important thing.
yeah.
So, since you can stay there now for a second. Since we have all these different options of different ways to make stuff, if you're doing the almond flour, you have gluten-free and your almond flour, you have gluten-free and you have your zucchini concoction with all of the onions, you can add a tiny, tiny scoop. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon to, this is probably for sure 2 zucchinis and a squash, right? That recipe. And we add 1 almond flour and we're gonna mix it. Now, options. You're gluten-free and vegan. That means you can't even have an egg. So, and you don't want it to be fried. The best thing I did, I preheat my oven to 350 and I took this healthier option, which is zucchini. And actually, it's actually now that I added the onion, it is producing some liquid. You could see it going.
Yeah.
And then that liquid is what you can make a soup out of or stir fry, or you could save it. And then there you go. All the juices is coming out because you in the latkes, you do not want any water. You do not want to have any water because then it becomes too watery. So this one is for somebody that does not have egg. They are vegan and gluten-free. So they're almond flour, zucchini, squash, and all the spices and the onion all mixed in together because if we pre-stirred it, it doesn't stick the way you do with the potato because this doesn't work like that. So then you take it and we have our baking sheet and we just place it on our baking sheet. And we're just gonna place it just like that. Try to get out as much liquid as you feel is safe. Okay, so if you're making the potato, like Aviella is, she has her potato. Aviella just put in all the onions and everything directly, which that was what she wanted to do. She didn't want to stir fry it. She just put it all in together. And hers looks really nice. It's you kind of also want to you have to get everything. So she has to add, she's gonna do hers with cake meal. So since hers is just 1 potato, I'm gonna use a little bit, but you would put either, so if you're doing, you could do cake meal, you could do these French onions. You could do where's matzo meal. Cake meal is a little bit better than matzo meal just because it's finer, but they're both really good options. You
What
could
should I, how
also,
much should I add to the cake meal?
for your, because yours is not a real. Can
Do it
also
Should I do it with the?
do any kind of breadcrumbs. If you like these or gluten-free Kellogg, you could do any bread.
Should I do these?
Yeah, but you need so little because yours is only, you just need like a little like this. Wait, I have a open or no? Okay, wait a second. What's that? That's open. Okay, so we are here, we're getting all of our
Okay, how much should I add?
vegan food. No, that's too much.
So no oil at all on those vegan ones, no oil.
On the vegan ones, I did not put oil. I sprayed the with Pam, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think that the only one besides you that is cooking is Violet.
Yeah, for us, it's a spectator sport.
Everybody is spectators, but the
Yeah.
only chef is Violeta.
Uh-huh.
Can't hear Violet. Is Violet on? I don't know
I'm
why.
on, but I,
All day treating
cheated,
patients,
Havi.
now she's the chef.
Josh got me this laptop and I can't see everyone. I bet there's a way. Can you make it so it's too much of a
Because
I cheated. I'm
Violeta
using-
loves to bake and to cook. That's what
I'm
happens,
using
Marisa.
prepackaged potato latke mix.
You want to know what? My mom, who
You are the smartest one of all, right? That's why
my
you're
mom's, who
already
my
frying.
kids love, are the prepackaged box. Oh, finally, now I could see everyone. My mom's, who's everyone's loved, is like comes in a box where she doctors up the box. And yeah, you need to put a
Javi, it's a lot of work.
I'm making
Why
it
is
a
good?
lot more work than it is, I think.
Do you
Don't
imagine
have-
cleaning all that up after? Oh my God.
You don't have to do it this fancy. I only did it like this because you guys were coming on. I wouldn't have it like so fancy, but you know, you do whatever you feel. You don't have, doesn't have to be hard. You could just do it all in one. The potatoes, the onions, the garlic, just shred it all in here with salt and pepper. The hard part for me is the actual frying. I'm not a good fryer. That's the hard part. Like you have to time the fire with the same. It's challenging to fry, but
Also, you're making many different varieties. That's why.
yeah, I'm making different varieties only because nobody's really doing it except for Violet, who's doing it with the box. If you guys were really following me, I would try to like, but I'm like, you guys are just watching,
Honestly,
so
I thought
I feel
I-
like I have to entertain.
I thought that she was following you, but then I see her frying already. I said, this girl is quick.
Oh, look, you see this? This is the zucchini and yellow squash, onions, garlic, all the healthier one, not fried, like that. I'm gonna put it in the oven.
All right.
Okay, so we got that going. And about whoever wants to set, whoever wants.
Javi, Violeta is showing her work.
Oh, yum. So look, see, she should have run this show. That's what my mom uses. That's what my mom uses, and the kids love it. They love it. Okay,
I
So-
don't
we are here
know.
and we have gonna strain our mixture of onion. So no one's really doing it, but do you guys have any questions for when you want to do it?
Yeah.
When do you put the egg?
Brady,
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I have here draining out all of the mixture of the stuff that we're gonna fry because now we're doing the potato one. So here's our potatoes, and in this mixture, we take our nice dreidel spoon and we're gonna do 1 spoon and we're gonna do cake meal. Here's I like the best way I did it was with cake meal. You take cake meal for your latke. No, wait, there's matzo meal. And I have matzo meal. You have matzo meal, cake meal, flour, almond flour. You can use it all even for this. And you have this. And we put it in here. I'm gonna put, because I added in extra potatoes, 2 spoons, because I had grated that when we were having so much fun before. And then Same thing with eggs. I have regular white eggs. You can have cage-free. If you're having somebody that's like organic, that needs to have cage-free brown eggs on, you can do that, or you just do a regular white egg. And crack it, open it up, make sure there's no blood, even though I heard you don't have to really do that. But here you go, you put it in. And then we have our egg, our cake meal, or whatever you're using as your base in there. And while we stir this, okay, we stir this, and we really want to get it all over.
What happened with your pot that you were heating?
So the pot that I'm heating is over there. Here, somebody has to hold.
Did you put the oil already or no?
Loretta, are you planning to do them?
Yeah.
The only one that I thought I was going to do it is Sylvia, because Sylvia is a chef.
No, I'm
Yeah,
doing
So I'm
Full
taking,
disclosure, I didn't have time to buy the ingredients today, but
you
I
know
really
what?
planned
I'm
on it.
so mad.
Yeah?
I bought extra.
I have
Even
everything here.
Bruce offered to buy them so that I could do it on the class. But anyway,
I would have done it. I would have done it, but not this year. This year, I'm on leave out of the kitchen.
Look, she's frying already.
Okay.
Ah, you put it all together. Let
No,
me
no,
see.
no. Come. Look what this is. This is just the onion, garlic.
Oh,
Oh,
sauté.
Sofrito.
okay.
That's a sofrito.
But did
Sí,
you put
that's
any
el
oil in
sofrito.
it?
What is it called in Spanish?
Sofrito.
Sofrito. When you caramelize or
Yeah.
pre-cook the onions and the herbs. and spices.
Onions.
But did you put any oil in it? Hello? Hello? Did you put any oil in it?
Yes, yes. So do not use olive oil. Use either canola oil or some vegetable. Any
Right.
vegetable is really good. You need it not an olive oil. We need to have real oil. So I
Right.
put a little bit in this one, but when I fry,
You
the
need to
more
put a
oil,
little.
the better. We did the healthy ones. I'm a big believer in when something's healthy, you make it healthy, and when it's not, you make it not. This is the not. So we're gonna do a lot of oil. But we fry this baby up and we get it to go. And while this is here, and I let it just simmer for a moment, I'm going to take you guys over here to where we still need to drain our potatoes. To do it one more big, awesome drain. So I take my towel and take my potatoes, which I did a little bit too many potatoes, I think, in this one. But I take this. And I take my towel and I wring out the extra fluid. I wring it out here. So we have our potatoes and here we go. So in this particular one, I added extra potatoes because we were talking and I had grounded some already. So I'm going to add in to this mixture, I think, another egg. And the way I know that is because you could kind of see it and it needs another egg.
To bind it.
Right, yeah.
Yes, it needs another egg and you still need to get it, you need to air it out a little, and this is when you can just, when you grind it and when you're airing it out, the things that are annoying, you could really take it into being spiritual. Why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? You have to work hard to grind it. What is it? You can make it a spiritual experience, the cooking. Okay. So we're gonna come and we're gonna let this one drain in our drainer as well. And our onions almost smell ready. So as this is doing its last minute draining, I then do my onions, which also produce a lot of liquid. So these look like they're really coming good. It's smelling good. This is around the time when everyone starts coming to wherever I am. Once the smell starts going,
Yeah.
Cole was number one, and then he's number two. He said he's number two also. This is around the time where they start coming in saying, "What's cooking?" Okay, so this needs a little bit more time because I like my garlic to be a little bit brown, a little bit. I guess it's caramelized, but it looks good. And we're gonna go look at the latkes inside the oven. I hope someone's playing the game. And they are not close to ready. But you can see them here. Those latkes, no gluten and very little oil. This oven, how they are cooking. The latkes are doing great. We got our plate with to catch the oil. We have our bowl and it's catching the oil napkin here. Does anybody have any questions?
No?
Comments? Latke time? Okay, so we have our strainer here and I'm just gonna give it some last minute water straining and you can see the liquid coming out of that. Now, let's see what this is. So this is looking really nice. It's looking a little bit more brown. Gonna keep it for maybe another minute or two on there. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Another minute.
It looks good. It smells good. Who's coming? We need to get Josh to drive it to all of your houses. I'm not kidding. Okay, so we're looking at this little mixture of the potatoes and we're waiting for that to be ready. And we're just draining it. We still need to give it a little more air and add definitely at least another egg and a spoonful of cake meal. And I could see it because it's a little bit too,
Watery?
yeah, it's a little bit too,
Too loose?
it'll work for sure, but it might be better if I added another egg. Probably. Okay, so this is this. I think this is, what do you guys think?
That's enough.
It's enough? Okay.
Yes.
So take this, and you want to know what? This that I'm frying this oil in with this taste of this as its base is actually really delicious as well. So I need to I have another spatula that when I'm actually doing the frying with the holes, you want this one. When I'm taking this out of here, there's different options. You can have this as like a spatula, but when I'm taking this out of here, we're gonna do it with this one. Okay. So we take this, we go like this, and we put it inside here where our rice is going to strain. How's everybody doing? Everybody gets it?
Yeah.
We're here, we're having fun,
Uh-huh.
making latkes. Any questions?
Not gonna put your hand in there, it's too hot.
Mm.
Okay, so we got this going and we're good. Now we let this all mix and drain together. This is our original recipe, which is just potatoes and an egg and our trusty either matzo meal, cake meal flour, whichever kind of base you're going to use. And it's in here with the egg. And we have our oil, canola oil. And we're going to allow this oil to now get hot. But we're going to be very careful and pay a lot of attention to what's going on because horror stories are from oil and heat. So this is your caution. Only pay attention while you're doing this. Once you put the oil on the flame, do not take your mind off of the fact that there's oil on a flame right next to you. Okay? Now that I've said my service announcement,
PSA, your PSA.
I have this all drained out into this liquid that if you're savvy enough, you put it in like a mason jar or something and you save it for a soup or something. If you're good like that, which unfortunately I'm not so good like that, but I think you guys are much better than me. Okay, so we have this. As I'm here and I'm mixing it, I'm actually probably realizing I'm not sure it needs another egg or anything more because the sticky of what we just fried is kind of making it, don't you think?
I agree.
Stick. And I think it's just going to work just as is, which is incredible. So we're going to take this in our strainer and let's see if you, whatever you need to add whenever you're baking or cooking, that's why I either hit it or it's either hit or miss in my house. Either it's really good or it's terrible because it's never going to be exactly the same when you're eyeing it. But yeah, remember,
Add the other egg? Did you add the other egg? Did
I
you
didn't add
add
it.
the other egg?
Yes, she
didn't add
did.
it. I didn't add it because
Oh,
look
you
at the
did?
texture. What do you think? Well, we could do a trial, but look at the texture. It's really coming good. And I have, you don't see her, but I have an expert behind me and she said it could be good. So she's the expert. Okay, so we have this. And remember our hot oil, we're ready for it. We know that it's hot and we let it go.
There you are.
And
Flatten instead of
flatten.
balls.
Okay, so flatten instead of big balls. It will make it taste much better. Don't do what I just did. Flatten.
That's right, like that.
Yeah, flat is better. So if you make the mistake like I just did, because I wasn't really paying attention, you can always just squash it. Good job. So here we go. Look, we're going. We actually started the frying. Okay, and we're here. We're frying up our potato latkes. We are going to, in the next few minutes, check on what's going on with our other latkes that are in the oven. Yeah. And wait a second. That's okay. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Anything that you need? Who is coming over right now by my door? We could do social distancing. I'll put on an N95. I'm not even kidding a little bit. I'm really not kidding.
You have to
Whoever
auction.
has any energy to come in their car,
How
or
about
maybe
auctioning them?
we can
Put another 2 in there at the same time.
don't do what I did and turn it too early, I think. I got a little excited. But if you do that, then just leave it like that for a little bit. I got a little excited. As you start doing it, they get shorter to actually get finished. But the first one, be a little cautious, be a little careful, have a little sablanut, patience.
Do you change the oil in between?
I don't change the oil.
No.
I add.
You add,
I don't change the oil, but I add. I constantly am adding. Like that huge jar I'll use in with all of it. Okay, so remember my patience. Remember that I have to have patience with this. And I kind of look at it. And it is grilling. We use the oil. Did anybody learn anything about the oil for Hanukkah that they want to share? Anything unique or something that maybe I wouldn't know? Violet? Cole has something. Wait a second. Cole.
Let me ask Bruce to tell me something intelligent to say. Hold on.
Wait. We have somebody right here who's gonna tell us something. Go away from the fire. All kids are away from the fire that's shooting out the oil.
So, like I was gonna say, so why do we even why did our chef even make make Hanukkah in the first place?
Why does Hashem do that?
I know, Cole. Could I say?
Yes.
Because
Beanie.
Hashem wants us all to get lots of presents, right?
No. We just go get presents just for the celebration.
Shady, I didn't know you were on. My sister's on. Where are you? I don't see you. Oh, hi. That's my sister and my sister-in-law. They're in California. Are you guys following? Shandy, come.
Yeah, they look so good. They're deep fried. We usually do a lot less oil, I thought.
No, look. This is zucchini, yellow squash, almond flour. That's it. And spices.
Oh, those are mine. There we go.
Being baked. You missed your session. My sister's a little bit of a health nut, which is good. And look at this.
It's not fair. The kitchen looks too clean to be making latkes. Why doesn't my kitchen?
They
look
said, Shady, you missed it. They were saying you're making it a little too complicated, whatever. I'm like, don't worry, it never is this good. I knew that I was doing the TV show, so I had to make it look good.
So Javi, you don't flip the ones in the oven, you don't flip them?
You know what? That would be a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's genius, because I'll tell you why. When I made them, my trial, the bottom part was all a little burnt and the top wasn't so cooked yet.
Uh-huh.
So, thank you so much, Frida, for that amazing tip.
Okay.
I can think of it. You take it and you flip it.
Who's your camera person, Javi?
Josh's mom.
Ah.
Hi.
Monica. So look, you can see how we're flipping it. Shandy, you're a newcomer onto the scene, so you don't know that this is also a drinking game, that every time you hear Latke, you have to take a shot.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm glad I took 5 before I even started, so that's good.
You know what? These needed more almond flour. They're not doing so well with the flipping, but they're still going to taste.
Flatten them out then.
Yeah, maybe they're too much. They're too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great idea. We're flattening it, and hopefully it comes out good. And it's definitely going to taste good. I should have put more, probably, almond flour. So that's something we live and we learn. That's what
Trial and error.
a real recipe would have not done to you if you would have known it by heart. Okay. So here are our latkes, guys. And if you like them not so crispy crisp, like
No, that's perfect.
that's
Crispy.
the perfect one, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one right here, but is a perfect one.
Oh, that's nice.
Right.
But I still let it cook a little bit.
Yeah.
Just probably wet.
So we're gonna still let that one cook a little. Like I said, the frying part, I'm not so good at it, but
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
so you see that frying, and we have a lot more to go. So once I take off the first one, I'll probably add some more oil, right? No? Oh, no. But you have it there, and we have our concoction right here. And when I made the zucchini squash ones today, and I didn't use any almond flour, and I tried to do it, it didn't stick, and it got all over, I went and got an egg. And I opened up like a bunch of eggs, and I made it into an omelet. So if that you get stuck, when in doubt, make it into an omelet, and you're fine.
Uh-huh. Right.
Everyone loves eating omelets for dinner. It was fine. So I think this one is ready.
We top ours with the caviar. I've been eating it while you're cooking. There's
I love
nothing
it.
left anymore, but it's really a good way to
Oh my God, I love it.
top your latkes.
You see this? What kind of caviar?
Hi.
Hi.
You're trying to tell us something about Chanukah. Why do you use oil? Go stand over there because this can spray you.
Hi, Ali. Be careful, man.
Alex, show them what you
One
made.
second. 1 second.
Allie's going to show you what she made in school. She has an amazing teacher.
To tell some of the stories to my dad. So here's the first night story. Here's the second night story. Here's the third night so my teacher made on the candles. She put every night story. So I take out the pin and I read it to my father and my mother.
Oh.
And hear all the brachot.
Hey, Allie,
And
can
hear
you hear
all the
the story
brachot.
tonight? Allie, can we hear the story for tonight for the 5th night? Oh, tonight's the 5th night, right? Oh, can we hear the
Beautiful.
But it's very sad.
Oh.
Hear it, Happy?
Where is it? Go read it.
No, but it's very, no, I'm not telling you.
Okay, what about the 5th night? Is the
Okay,
5th
so
night
tell
sad?
one that you want to say.
Yeah, which one do you want to?
Okay, I'll tell the first night.
Okay.
First night's a very happy one. Well, I guess. More than 2,000 years ago, the Yavanim, the Greeks, under King Antiochus, ruled over Eretz Israel. They attempt to destroy the Jews' way of life by forbidding the study of Torah, performance of the mitzvot, and disgracing the Beit HaMikdash. Many Jews followed the Yevanim. A small group of Jews refused to leave Hashem and waged war against a much larger and mightier Greek army. Miracle of miracles, the small group of Jews soldiers defeated the mighty army. After cleaning the Beit HaMikdash, they found only 1 jar of oil. It was only enough to last for 1 day. Hashem performed another miracle, and it burned for 8 days. Every year we celebrate Chanukah to publicize and remember these miracles. We light the menorah, thank Hashem in our tefillot, eat foods fried in oil, play dreidel, and give Chanukah gelt to children.
Nice.
Very nice.
Bravo.
Yeah.
But while you're frying, when you get those pieces, again, very cautiously with a lot of oil, I guess not so much oil, but, and then you get those pieces that are getting real brown and you don't want everything to taste dirty, you kind of like get those pieces off to the side and try to get them out as much as you can, like little chips, like, see?
Wait, I'm not done showing you.
See these chips? And then you can eat those. Those are delicious. Those are great on salad and just.
Those look amazing, Havi.
Do they? Are you going to come pick some up, please?
Look.
I saw that, Allie. It's so cool.
No, but then here's all the brachot, and then
Wow.
inside.
Okay.
Tell you what.
Beautiful.
Then look at the back.
That's amazing.
Wow,
Oh,
good
look
job. Nice, beautiful work.
I wanted to show
Beautiful.
Shandy never saw the beginning, so come. I want to, while those are frying and we can take a little bit of time, I wanted to show my sister how we made the zucchini because she's a latecomer. So here's the zucchini, and just to recap, zucchini and yellow squash, and we took it in the grater and we grated it on the biggest one of that machine, so this one, and we take it and we grate it.
Wow. That's a lot of work. That's amazing.
And you take it and it becomes like this. And then you can add in all your spices, your parsley, your cilantro. You can add in any spice that you want that's grown, or skip that whole part because you don't have it. And that's why I didn't put it on the list, because I didn't want to scare people away. But that was here. And then you can do almond flour. You don't even have to do a real flour. You can do almond flour, salt, pepper. I like a little bit of this, everything but the bagel. And we put a little spice. And these latkes, remember the game? If anyone's playing, latkes. And we made it into the kind that you could bake or fry. And all day today, I've been making these latkes with the zucchini and squash and onion and garlic. And when I make this like this, I don't pre-stir fry the onion and garlic. Okay, so now, because she knows that I'm not such a good fryer and she's probably better than me, my mother-in-law's here doing all the dirty work. So the pleasure work. So there you go. Those are the latkes. Anybody want to say anything? Anybody want to add?
I'll try them tomorrow.
Yeah. Great job, Havi. Great job.
I have to say that I have to say those latkes look delicious. And one day you got to get Debbie on this, and you all will freak out. The
Oh, yes.
sister, the mother,
My mom.
they're unbelievable cooks. They're
Violet.
unbelievable
Violet
cooks.
is my
these
mom's
neighbors.
recipe.
Okay,
Very
you guys are unbelievable cooks. You guys can cook all day. Unbelievable.
So we're here in the kitchen.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. That is my nephew from California.
Listen to him.
Happy Hanukkah.
Tell us something about Hanukkah.
Hi, Hershey.
Hi, Cole. Wait, we're in California. Cole, I miss you. Wait, we're in California. Hi, Cole. Cole, I miss you.
Oh, Shane.
Donna and Dora, we're in California too. Hi, Cole.
Who's in California?
Why do you have Tony Robbins? Donna, it says Tony Robbins, but it's Donna and Dora.
Oh, wow.
Donna and Dora are like the most amazing people.
Well,
Where in California?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but we're in California. Yeah.
You guys would get along really well. You guys both are lawyers. You don't work as lawyers. Live in California.
Huh.
People.
Where in California are you guys?
We're in Oakland, California.
Oh. We're in,
And where are you?
we're in Sherman Oaks, Southern California, the Valley.
I know Sherman Oaks very well. I know it very well. I used to live on Beverly Glen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're locked down here.
Yeah, we're not here. Yeah, no, but didn't they? I heard they opened up restaurants.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah, because they went to the
Dora,
court.
you're not locked down?
No, we don't get locked down. No, they have restaurant. I mean, shops are still open at 20% capacity, but they're just not 20% because no one's going.
Look at Shandy.
We're just
Hi,
walking.
Shandy. Oh, there's Shandy.
I can't see.
It's Jenny.
Oh, hi, Jenny.
Yeah.
So this is the Lakas. I'm so happy that everyone turned in from California, from Miami.
Thank you, Havi.
Maybe we made a mistake and we should have added the egg to this. But you guys, this was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
I'm not kidding when I tell you, if you come to my door right now, make my Hanukkah.
You're so cute.
Thank you, Javi.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Havi.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. Have a
Bye.
good
Bye.
day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Javi.
So much.
Thank you,
You're
Javi.
amazing, Javi. You're really amazing.
Thank you, ladies of Menorah.
Bye.
It's nice to be with the ladies of Menorah. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye,
Thank
Steph.
you.